If you're building an AI product and now you're looking to bring on your first set of paying customers, you're likely thinking about building out your go-to-market launch plan. Now, you might be thinking about the traditional launch playbook, like launching a waiting list, or going on product hunt, or doing some sort of big bang launch where you're coming out of stealth and you're expecting everyone to start paying you and start signing up. Here's the thing. The traditional way of doing launches no longer works. In fact, that's the way SaaS companies did it, but AI companies are doing it in a completely different way. Think about it for a second. How did ChatGPT launch? How about Lovable? How about Replit? AI companies today are following a completely different playbook on how to launch their companies and get their first set of paying customers. So in this episode, I'm gonna walk you through the 5-step launch plan that you can follow so that you can accelerate your path to that first set of paying customers and you can avoid wasting months on building the wrong AI product. Now, the biggest thing I've learned in launching AI companies is this. When it came to SaaS, software as a service, we sold seats. But when it comes to AI companies, truly the ones that are successful, we are selling outcomes. And when you start to think about outcomes, that's what weaves into the first step of your go-to-market launch plan. The first step that you want to follow in building out your go-to-market launch plan is to build out your Braintrust. You want to target 5 to 10 people that matches your ideal customer profile, the ideal customer that would actually get value from your product that you're building and the problem that you're solving. And you want to make sure this Braintrust is out of your existing network of people that you already know. Now, you might be saying, TK, I actually am building a product and I don't know anyone in my ICP. In which case, you should really stop building that product because you might be building the wrong product. I meet a ton of founders who are building, and they're falling into what I call the one more feature trap, only to realize they built something for themselves instead of actually building something for real humans with a real urgent and important problem. So step number 1, a little bit of a litmus test, but also a crucial step in your go-to-market launch plan is to build out your Braintrust of people that already trust you, and you want to target at least 5 to 10 people in your ICP. Now let's just say you only know 3 people instead of 10 people. That's totally okay. Get those 3 people into your Braintrust and ask them for introductions to 5 more people, 7 more people that already have this problem that they know and they trust so that they will actually trust you. Once you have your Braintrust ready, then comes step number 2. You want to sell your Braintrust on the outcome that your product solves for. Now, depending on what stage you are, one thing is most likely true. You have an AI product, it's not perfect, it's not truly end-to-end, and you don't really know if it's going to deliver the outcomes without actual customers, and most importantly, the customer data. This is the really ugly truth that exists in AI today. Large language models are phenomenal, but they're only as phenomenal as the data you augment their training with, which means that you actually need a first set of paying customers and their data to actually deliver on those outcomes. But therein comes a conundrum. The conundrum is you don't have the first set of paying customers, you don't have their data, the product's not perfect, and you're not quite sure if they do pay you, your product will actually deliver on the outcome. Remember, we're selling outcomes. So the key to this step is to actually sell the outcome and say, look, this is the problem we're going to solve for you. Our AI product is going to do it, and we are early and we are a startup. So in order to make sure that you actually achieve the outcome, we will work to make sure we load in your data, we set up our product, we run it for you, and we ensure the outcome is actually delivered. This does 2 things. 1, it reduces the risk, the perceived risk in your Braintrust. They're more likely to buy from you and give you a shot. And 2, you get that crucial data and the crucial set of first customers and obviously some money coming in so that you can actually start to test out your AI product. Now, there's a nuance over here because at this point, your product is probably not perfect, which means that you're probably gonna have to make sure you add a bunch of services. This is you using the product, using your own product to deliver on the outcome, you tweaking the prompts, you tweaking the data ingestion, you name it, which means that you wanna abstract away all of that from the customer. You say, we're gonna deliver on this outcome. That's what our product is going to do. You don't have to think about a single other thing. You are just committing to that outcome, the customer. And you are gonna make sure, you the founder, that they actually get that outcome one way or another, whether it's through manual services, manual work, or the AI actually doing its job as the data flows in and goes through your platform. Once you do these 2 steps, you are now starting to get real production users. You are starting to get real customers that are paying, even if you're not truly an AI software company. This is where step number 3 comes in. You're gonna make sure that you capture the success stories and harden your product. As the data starts to flow in, as the customers use your product or get the outcomes that they desire, as you work in the middle to do whatever it takes to actually deliver on those outcomes, you're going to get 2 things. The first are actual success stories. You'll want to get on a Zoom call or a Riverside.fm call, and you'll want to capture those success stories. You want to highlight what the problem was, how they were struggling, and actually how you solved it for them. The second thing you'll do is you'll go back to the product and look at everything you've learned, look at all the manual work that you had to do to actually make the outcome be delivered, and you're going to harden the product. This essentially creates your true AI product, which can work without actual manual labor or forward deployed engineers, as the fancy Silicon Valley folks like to call it today. But at the end of the day, what you're really doing is you're committing to delivering an outcome, and you're doing whatever it takes on the back end between your product and your services and your sweat to make sure that they actually accomplish those outcomes, and you're capturing those success stories. Now, once you have these success stories, this is when the fun begins. So now that you've completed these 3 steps, you now have paying customers, you have a production product, you have outcomes that are getting delivered, and you probably have a really long laundry list of the things that the product needs to do better. So now you're gonna harden the product. Now, before I go to step number 4, if you have any questions, if there are questions popping up on each of these steps that I've shared so far, just put it in the comments below. I promise to answer them. Also, if you want a proven framework to implement each of these steps, then I encourage you to apply to join my Unstoppable Launch Program. You don't have to go anywhere right now. Just put in the comments launch and I'll send you the details. Let's go to step number 4. Step number 4 is, now that you have these success stories and the product's getting better and better, then you start to post on organic social. You figure out where your ICP hangs out and you go on there. This is either going to be X or LinkedIn. Those are the 2 best platforms today for B2B AI companies. You go on there and you post on organic social. Well, you might be asking, TK, what do I post? There are 2 things you're gonna be posting. The first thing you're gonna be posting is what we call middle of funnel content. Middle of funnel content is when you're sharing the things that you've learned in delivering these outcomes for your customers. And you'll usually want to link them to a lead magnet so that these people understand you, the problem you solve, and become an inbound lead. The second thing you'll be sharing in the middle of funnel content are the success stories. Those video recordings, break them down into clips, share them, tag your customers, and share the outcomes you have delivered and the success stories that you are delivering. And at the same time, have a call to action to book a call with you or to set up a trial so that you get more new customers. Also, you want to do bottom of funnel content. Bottom of funnel content actually talks about your product, actually highlights the features, actually talks about the problem, and has a call to action to your website or your demo booking form or your trial form, depending on how you have your product-led or your sales-led process set up. This does 2 things. 1, you start to get more customers on organic social. 2, you start to get the word out. And guess what? Not only is your ideal customers going to share your success stories, because it's vanity, they're just gonna love getting tagged and they're gonna share it with their network, you're gonna get more customers, it will spread. The way organic social works today is it's not about the number of followers you have, it's about the quality of your content. So if enough people like your content in your network, and your customers will, then it will spread to more people like them so you can get organic reach. The second thing it will do is it'll help you start to codify how you talk about your product, how you share your learnings. And this will be the initial breadcrumbs of a scalable go-to-market strategy that comes after your go-to-market launch plan. Once you start to post on organic social, you should then be able to start getting more customers, which will then stack more success, more outcomes, and more success stories, and it will start to build the momentum. Then comes step number 5. Step number 5 is to stack the success. Keep getting more customers, keep stacking success, prove the outcomes for these customers, do whatever it takes, whether it's manual labor or an actual AI software product that's delivering on all these pieces. And finally, take your best performing organic posts and scale them with ads. Those are copy that worked. that delivered on meetings and trials. So just go to the platform and say, hey, I did a bunch of these organic posts. They did really well. I will pay you so that you put it in front of my ICP more and more. And that starts to begin the scalable go-to-market machine that comes later. Now, there's a bonus one to this. This is where you might be thinking about, TK, what about all these companies that do these big bang launches? One of the things you'll notice is there's only one kind of big bang launch. And this is where the bonus step comes in. The bonus is now that you have momentum, you have proof, you have success stories, and you actually have people talking about you and customers coming in, you can go raise a seed round. Go raise a seed round and then take some of that money, do a really fancy video, and post online for that big bang launch talking about how you guys are absolutely crushing it. But the one thing you'll notice is you don't start there. By the time you go for that traditional launch playbook and you're doing the big bang launch, you have success. You have delivered outcomes, you have success stories, you have momentum going, and you have revenues. And that's what leads to a true viral launch. Okay, so let's recap your 5-step launch plan. This is the launch plan that the AI companies are following today. Number 1, build your brain trust. Number 2, sell them the outcome. Number 3, capture the success stories and harden the product and ensure you deliver on the outcomes. Number 4, post on organic social, do middle of funnel content and bottom of funnel content. And number 5, stack the success, prove the outcomes, and then take your best performing content and scale them with ads. And as a bonus, as you start to build momentum, raise that seed round, because by this time, you're gonna show up with a lot of swagger in those investment meetings because you'll have success stories, proof points, a hardened product, and they're gonna fund the shit out of you, which is gonna be amazing, and then do a big bang PR launch, the type that you see with companies coming out of stealth with a ton of momentum behind them. And that's how you do a proper launch plan for your AI product. Now, you know the exact steps to follow. If you want the step-by-step implementation details on how to actually implement each of these steps, then I encourage you to join my Unstoppable Launch Program. Inside of this program, I give you the step-by-step instructions on how to implement each of these steps. If you want to learn more about it and apply to join, just put launch in the comments below and I'll send you the link. Or if you are a little impatient, you can click on the link in the description below for on-demand access to the page with all the details about the launch program. If you got value from this video, please smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. We put a lot of love into these videos and we just love it when we see those likes stack up and the subscriber count go up. Also, if you're in this stage where you're building out your product, check out this video. This is one of my clients, Boodlebox AI. They hit $1 million in ARR within 12 months of launching. And you can learn exactly the lessons learned that the founder of Boodlebox had as he went through the program. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you inside of the launch program or in the next episode, or both. Take care, everybody.